Bardock was surrounded by Frieza's soldiers. He knew they didn't come with good intentions. If they're looking for me to work, I'm retired. Bardock would say, "Oh, don't worry, we don't need you to work with us." A soldier would say, "You're our merchandise." "I can't believe it, it's Frieza's soldiers." Gine would say, terrified to see from the window. "Stay here, it's dangerous." Milk would say, "I can't see how they hurt my husband." Gine would say, all Frieza's soldiers would throw themselves at Bardock. They would begin to attack him with everything they had. Bardock was much stronger than each of them, but the large number of enemies he faced was a problem. Bardock would easily defeat the first soldiers, but every so often he received an attack, although it wasn't very strong. Little by little Bardock would exhaust himself. His movements would lose effectiveness as he exhausted. At one point Bardock was agitated by the effort. He had only defeated half of the soldiers. He was surrounded by at least 10 of them. Demons. At this rate they will beat me. Bardock would think, "Surrender, we have orders to take you alive." One of the soldiers would say, "Never." Bardock would shout, raising his ki. Bardock would throw himself at one of the soldiers. He would knock him down with 2 blows, but the rest would swing towards him. They all limited their movements. Bardock would create an explosion of ki. He would manage to get rid of everyone, but that had cost him a lot of energy. Bardock would fall on his knees. He was very tired. One of the soldiers would point at Bardock from behind to attack him with a ray of ki, but before he could do it, he would be knocked down by a kick from Gine. "That's enough." Furious Gine would say, "Gine, are you crazy? Go home." Bardock would say, "Look at your state. I can't let you fight alone." Gine would say. The soldier who had been attacked by Gine would get up again. He would reach Gine with a punch. Gine would scream for the attack. Bardock would be furious. He would raise his ki to a great level. Soon Bardock is in front of the subject. The soldier would throw a punch, but Bardock would hold it with his hand and would apply a ki that would twist his wrist. Then Bardock would kick the subject in the chest. The soldier would cough blood and put his eyes in white. "Gine, stay behind me." Bardock would say. "I'm not going to leave you alone. We are in this together." Gine would say. Bardock and Gine smiled. Both would raise their ki to the maximum. Although Gine was not as strong as Bardock, his help came in handy. Both would fight with the remaining soldiers, managing to defeat them, although both were exhausted. "My God, are you okay?" Milk would ask nervously when she went out to assist them. "Yes, we just need to rest," Bardock would say. One of the soldiers of Frieza would regain knowledge. He would point his gun at Gine and throw a ray of energy. Bardock would realize in time and push Gine. But unfortunately Bardock would receive the attack directly in the chest, right on his right side. "Bardock!" Gine would say terrified. Bardock would fall to the ground unconscious, losing a lot of blood. Gine would instantly throw a ray of ki towards the soldier. He would kill him in the moment. Then Milk and Gine would enter Bardock and bandage his wound. He was still alive, but it was a serious wound. Bardock did not react, he breathed with difficulty. "We have to heal him somehow," Gine would say in tears. "Don't worry, I'll call the others," Milk would say. While all this was happening, Goku and Vegeta were in front of Frieza. "Frieza, get out of here. Stop causing problems," Goku would say. "Wow, I think I'll have to give up on the Dragon Balls. What a misfortune," Frieza would say in a fake way. "Are you making fun of us?" Furious Vegeta would ask. "None of that. There is no point in looking for the Dragon Balls. If every time I do it, you are there," Frieza would say. "It will be better to give up on them. I will not allow that," Vegeta would say when he transformed into Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta would throw everything towards Frieza. But Goku would stop him when he stood in front of him. "Wait, Vegeta." Goku would say. "Don't tell me you want to let him go again." Vegeta would say. "Reacting to this is a trap." Goku would say. "What are you talking about?" Vegeta would ask confused. "Just look at the situation. Don't you think it's very easy how he surrendered? It doesn't even seem annoying." Goku would say. Frieza would approach his ship. He would stay at the entrance waiting for Goku and Vegeta's action. "You're right." Vegeta would say. "Frieza, if I find out this is one of your plans, no one will save you from my wrath." Goku would say. "Disgusting worm." Furious Frieza would say. But instantly he would calm down. "Whatever. Think whatever you want." Frieza would leave from there, leaving the planet Namek. Then Goku and Vegeta would return to Earth. Just a few minutes after the meeting that Bardock and Gine had with Frieza's soldiers. What happened? Goku would ask, terrified when he saw his dying father. "Frieza's soldiers attacked us. Your father received a lethal wound." Gine would say. "Curse." Furious Vegeta would say. The whole home would tremble at Goku's uncontrolled ki. Kakarot was right. Frieza took us out of Earth to take care of his parents. Vegeta would think. Goku would disappear with the teleportation. He would arrive at Karin's tower. "Karin, give me the hermit seeds." Altered Goku would say. "What's going on?" Master Karin would ask. "Give them to me." Goku would say out of himself. "Wait, Goku. Try to calm down." Master Karin would say. "Quick, I don't have time. My father is about to die." Goku. "I don't know how to tell you. But I don't have more hermit seeds. Believe it or not. It takes years to grow." Master Karin would say. "There won't be seeds until in 3 years." Curse. Furious Goku would say. Goku would fly at full speed. Arriving at Kamisama's temple. There he would meet Dend. "Dend, come with me." Goku would say. Goku would take Dend by the hand. Without letting him react. He would use direct teleportation to his home. "Where are we?" Dend would ask. "Watching everywhere. Heal my father before something happens to him." Goku would say. Dend would watch Bardock. He was agonizing. "Holy heaven. He's about to die." Dend would say. "Quick." Goku would say without patience. "Yes." Dend would answer. Dend would place his hands on Bardock, but he would be paralyzed. "No, no. It can't be." Dend would say. "Heal him at once." Goku would demand. "Mr. Goku. I can't. Your father is dead." Dend would say. "It's not true." Furious Goku would say. "I'm sorry. He died just when I was about to heal him. If he had arrived 2 seconds earlier, I would have saved him." Dend would say. Goku would see his dead father. And he would leave his home without saying anything. Gine would lie on his husband's body. He would break down in tears. "You know. That choice of words was something stupid." Vegeta would say. "I realized later. I'm sorry." Dend would say. Goku would arrive at Bulma's house. Despite the time, he was up. Since he was waiting for Vegeta. "Goku, what's going on?" Bulma would ask. "I need the Dragon Balls." Goku would say. "Did something happen to Frieza?" Bulma would ask. "Frieza set us up. He went to planet Namek just to distract us and attack my parents." Goku would explain. "I need the Dragon Balls to revive my father." "I understand. I have them in the lab. Come with me." Bulma would say. Bulma would go with Goku for the Dragon Balls, while Frieza would analyze his plans. Berry Blue. I need news from Earth, Frieza would say. Our soldiers died in the attack, but one of them managed to seriously injure Bardock. I highly doubt that he survived that attack. Berry Blue would say. Damn. They had to go for the Saiyan woman. It was easier to kill. Frieza would say. The last standing soldier attacked Heen, but Bardock saved her by taking her place. Believe me, he's probably dead. Berry Blue would say. Excellent. Frieza smiled. Soon Goku himself will be the enemy of Beerus. Minutes later, Goku had the Dragon Balls outside. And then he would invoke Shenlong. Vegeta would arrive at that moment. Kakarot, what do you plan to do? Vegeta would ask. Revive my father. Isn't it obvious? Goku would say in a bad mood. Tell me. What is your wish? I can fulfill anything. Shenlong would say. I wish you revive my father. Goku would say. I'm sorry. I can't fulfill that wish. Shenlong would say. It's not possible. You said you can fulfill anything. Goku would answer. Bardock had died many years ago. Although he was revived recently, I can't perform that action because I don't have enough powers. Shenlong would say. Bardock can only be revived by the Dragon Balls or the Dragon Balls of Planet Mini. But logically, the latter will be at great cost. Damn! Goku would say, irritated. Goku would fly away. He didn't want to know anything from anyone. He had lost his father who hadn't been alive for a long time. As soon as I find Frieza, I'll kill him. Goku would think. Goku would stop. He would take his fingers to his forehead and look for Frieza's key, but he wouldn't find it anywhere. It's not possible. Goku would say. Goku would start teleporting to different planets with the hope that by moving through Universe 7, he could find Frieza's key. But there was no use. It didn't matter how much he traveled. Goku didn't detect it. It can't be true that he lowered his key. That bastard learned how to do it. Goku would say. Frieza was with his ship at the limits of Universe 7. His plan had gone perfectly. Great Frieza, Bardock died and Goku couldn't revive him with the Dragon Balls of Earth. Berry Blue would say. Great, now they don't even count on them. Frieza would say. What if Goku doesn't find them? I don't think he'll forgive him for this. Berry Blue would say. No, nothing like that. The energy barrier of this ship blocks any type of biological energy. It won't be able to detect our key. Besides, we're in such a distant place that it will be impossible for them to find us. Frieza would explain. We'll stay here for a year without doing anything. Meanwhile, Goku will wait a year to be able to use the Dragon Balls of the planet Min. That will be a perdition. Beerus won't allow it, and they won't be able to hold me accountable if they fight each other. It was a good plan, Great Frieza. But our empire could suffer from inactivity. Berry Blue would say. We'll fix it the same way we did when we destroyed the Saiyans. A year of inactivity will be nothing. Remember how the troops were while I was dead. Frieza would say. Goku would return home with broken hopes. He couldn't revive his father, much less find Frieza. When he saw his mother, he would hug her tightly and apologize. I'm sorry, Mom. It was Frieza's trap. And the Dragon Balls didn't work. Goku would say, how about those Dragon Balls you used on the planet Min? Jin would ask. Goku wouldn't dare answer. He knew that using those Dragon Balls would bring harm to Universe 7. Although it was also his only alternative. Minutes later, Goku would arrive on Beerus planet. Mr. Goku, what brings you here? Whis would ask. Whis, I need to ask you a huge favor. I want you to help me collect the Dragon Balls. Goku would ask. What's the reason? Whis would ask. My father was attacked and died. I need to revive him. Goku would say. None of that. Whis would say seriously. But why not? Goku would ask. Because the Dragon Balls are the most powerful of the 12 universes. I'm not going to waste your use on a mortal. Whis would say. Come on, Whis. You can't do that to me. Goku would say furiously. I said no, and it's my last word. Whis would say, who looked a little angry. That would make Goku a little nervous and worried. What will happen now that Bardock died? Goku will manage to convince Whis to allow him to use the Dragon Balls. And even more importantly, will Goku fall into Frieza's plan? We will know all that in the next part of this theory. So far this video, friends. If you want to see part 4 of this theory of Goku, revive your parents Bardock and Gine. This video has to reach 20 likes and many comments. Leave your like, comment and subscribe to the channel. That will motivate me to continue uploading videos and theories for you. See you in the next video.